Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Mandy. So I have a clear vase that I have coated the inside with polyacrylic and I let it drain out. So if you've been watching my ornament videos, I'm going to do something similar, but on the inside of this vase. So I'm using Aspen leaf from Colourarte as kind of my main color. So that's a primary element. And then I'm going to use Indian Spice from Colourarte and Interference Gold. So before I started the video, I let the excess drain out of this vase for several minutes onto a plate. So what I'm doing now is I'm just adding the aspen leaf, tapping it in on like a popsicle stick in various places in the vase, kind of wanting there to be some sections where it's more prominent. And then I'll do kind of the same thing I do with the ornaments, and I'll tap it until I move it around. So I originally got this idea from Erica from Artist Till Death, and I did one, my very first one I did probably earlier this year or late last year, I can't remember. And it was gorgeous. Like it turned out so beautiful. So anyway, it's so much fun this time of year when you're already making ornaments and you already kind of have all this stuff out to like explore all of the ways that you can kind of apply this technique. So I've always wanted to do one in kind of neutral tones because Colourarte has some of the most beautiful warm neutral tones. Anyway, so this is probably going to be a Christmas gift. So what I do to make sure that you can use them and put flowers in them and all that is I seal the inside with resin, which is again something I learned from Erica because she did one on a live. And so what I did the last time is I poured resin in and I swirled it around, and then I poured the excess out so you can see up front what the aspen leaf looks like. And I did that a couple of times to make sure that there was a nice seal on the pigment. So when I price these, I price them obviously higher because pouring resin in a vase and swirling it around to seal it, you know, it's kind of hard to control it. So obviously you have to do it a couple times. So that's not exactly like resining the outside, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit more costly to do that, but they're just gorgeous, gorgeous faces. So I'm trying to make sure I get enough of that brown in the top section. But as you can see, it's already materializing to be quite lovely. And so I'm tapping it and just kind of tapping the excess. So just like you would with the ornament, it's a little bit more laborious with a vase because it's shaped weird and all that. But you can see it's starting to come along quite nicely. Super, super beautiful. I love the way these turn out. They're such gorgeous, just pieces of decor. If I had unlimited space to put them, I would have them all over my house. They're just so beautiful. So I'm hoping that it will be a lovely gift. Anyway, I also recently made one with Carmen from Primary Elements, which will come out in a future video where I'll actually show you an ornament that I did in these colors and a vase, and it's also really gorgeous. So, and I have plans to do a different one. So, I don't know, this time of year, this technique, I just love it. It's very therapeutic for my tired brain. So, I hope that you're enjoying this, and this is a pretty fun thing you can do. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but it's not hard. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Aspen leaf is a gorgeous color. So I think this is going to be a beautiful vase. So yeah. So now I'm adding a little bit of polyacrylic, just a tiny bit up toward the ledge because it dries out pretty quick and I need to make sure that that is covered. All right, so I sped this part up because, I mean, it's kind of more of the same. So after this, I will basically follow the same steps with the Indian spice because that's a larger particulate like this one. So we need to get it on the surface while it's still moist. And then we'll fill in the blanks with the interference gold. So, super fun. And actually, while I'm doing this video, I'm preparing to do a different one. So, you can see the particulate of the Indian spice. For some reason, lately when I get the Indian spice, the particulate is larger. It used to be smaller, but I think sometimes it's packaged for resin because you can use it in both. And in the resin, the larger particulate definitely kind of makes sense. But I love the way it looks on these ornaments. So it's a beautiful gold too, just very yellow and bright and gorgeous. Colourarte has some amazing gold colors. So I also really like Midas Touch and Solar Flare, Golden Maple. I mean, there's just a lot of them. There's a lot of really nice gold colors. So as you can see, it's starting to come together. We've got the gold kind of filling in and starting to gel with the aspen leaf. And starting to see some nice color. I think it's honestly very beautiful. Like, I'm more of a jewel tone person than I am an earth tone person, but I really think this turns out lovely. All right, so now you can see it's starting to come together, right? So now we're tapping, we're shaking. Basically what you want to do is, the reason why you're tapping is you don't want to just waste pigment, right? You want to loosen up as much of the particulate as you can so that you can maximize your effort. You don't just want to keep adding stuff if you have loose particles that can help give you what you need. So that's what we're doing. Oh no. Sorry, the oh no is for something else. So I just emptied some polyacrylic into my squeeze bottle, and there's a clump in there somewhere that's going to be problematic when it finally comes out. Gross. So now we're going to do the interference gold. So the interference gold is a fine particulate. At this point, I'm still kind of filling in where we need some more aspen leaf, but the interference gold is going to hopefully fill in what we're lacking. You can tell by looking in there that it's not completely coated on the inside, but if you look on the outside, it looks a lot more coated than it seems like it is when you look inside. So that shows you that what you're seeing on the outside obviously looks a lot more complete. So that's fun. And what I love about this whole thing when I started doing these is I had bought some polyacrylic when I was very first trying to learn to do blooms, and I was trying polyacrylic instead of Sonja. So like it was literally just sitting on the shelf, not getting used. And I was like, well, this is great. I use something so it's not wasted and get to make something beautiful. All right, so, you know, if you're first, like, these are not like dollar store vases or anything, but now we're adding our interference gold. But you could even practice this on dollar store vases, and then really the only thing that you're spending is what pigment goes in the vase and polyacrylic, which is not expensive. And, you know, you can always start with like a cheaper mica till you get the hang of it. I do think that the primary elements are kind of uniquely beautiful in this style because of the way they kind of activate when they come into contact with that water-based varnish, because they're water soluble. But you know, there's a learning curve. They're not hard to do, but you know, first couple times you do it, you might not get exactly what you're looking for because you know you're practicing. But they're so pretty, and they're such a nice gift for someone. And it's always like very thoughtful that you made something for someone yourself. And fun projects to do when your kids are home during the holidays, if they're interested. You know, kids sometimes are, sometimes not. But it's a fun activity anyway. So you can see it's definitely coming together now that we're adding the interference gold. Really, really beautiful. And, you know, the cool thing from a video perspective is kind of what you see is what you get at the end of the video. Like, this is what the vase is going to look like. The only thing that's going to be different is when I pour resin inside, it just makes the inside waterproof. It's not going to really change what the outside looks like. So the only thing that sometimes changes is sometimes the colors continue to develop a little bit after, you know, as the polyacrylic dries. But this one dried pretty much this way. So that's kind of neat. So when you're watching it, you're kind of seeing what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. But you can imagine like how beautiful that would be sitting in someone's shelf or with some beautiful flowers in it. So, like especially if someone has like a rustic decor and they have a lot of neutral tones in their home, it's a beautiful, very unique piece. I love the way the colors almost look 3D. So yeah, this is a lot of fun to do during the holidays. So yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget that you can save 20% off on Colourarte using Mandy1120. And everything's in the description box below. I have other discounts in there as well. So don't hesitate to take a look. And, you know, do something fun and crafty during the holidays. So you can see now you don't really have the clear parts that you can see through that aren't covered. Really nice coverage. Really, really beautiful colors together. So in a future video, you'll see where I did the kind of the same colors, the Indian Spice and the Interference Gold, but with Carmine, which is a beautiful red from Colourarte. And they're some of the most beautiful ornaments I've made. And a beautiful vase too. So I'm going to do another one shortly using some colors I've mentioned in a previous video. So you'll probably see a few of these. But you'll have to let me know, do you like the vase? Do you think it's something you'd like to try? Was it at least amusing to go through the process? I think it's really pretty. So thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.